The Krael Empire was proud of many things. Their ships, their warriors, and above all, their direwolves, genetically enhanced, armored beasts bred for obedience and devastation, towering at twice the height of a man. With spined backs, ember-red eyes, and crushing jaws, a single Krael warwolf could scatter enemy troops by scent alone. So when the Krael High Command signed a fragile peace with Earth's coalition, they brought a single warwolf as a show of strength to the summit planet of Havex 3. The humans were warned. Do not approach the beast. Do not make eye contact. Do not attempt communication. Humans, they assumed, would tremble in the wolf's presence. They did not expect Ari. Ari was 12 years old. His mother, Commander Rhea Carter, was one of Earth's negotiators. Ari had begged to come to Havex 3. He'd always been fascinated with alien creatures, especially those rumored to be dangerous. They're not dangerous, Mom, he had said. They're misunderstood. Rhea disagreed, but brought him anyway under tight watch. For the first 2 days of the summit, everything went according to plan. Talks were tense. The Krael sat stiffly beside their leashed warwolf, who loomed in the corner of the chamber, unmoving but never asleep. The humans gave it a wide berth, except Ari. He first saw the beast from a balcony above the assembly hall. The wolf's back brushed the stone pillars. Its breath steamed in clouds. Its fur was obsidian black, dotted with metal implants and sensor nodes. But its eyes weren't angry. They were tired. Ari leaned forward, hands gripping the railing. You don't want to be here either, huh? The wolf's ears twitched. On the third day, the incident occurred. Tensions flared during talks over territorial claims. Voices rose. Weapons were nearly drawn. In the chaos, Ari slipped past the guards. By the time anyone noticed, the human child was standing in the middle of the chamber, within striking distance of the warwolf. Gasps filled the room. The Krael warrior holding the beast chain turned pale blue with horror. Get the boy back, Commander Rhea shouted. But before anyone could move, Ari took a step closer. The warwolf growled, a sound like grinding mountains. Ari didn't flinch. He reached out a hand. The Krael Council stood in shocked silence. Surely this would end in blood. But instead, the wolf bowed. It dropped to its belly, flattened its ears, tucked its snout against the ground in a posture of ancient, primal submission. Ari stepped forward and gently touched its massive snout. You're not angry, he whispered, just lonely. That moment shattered centuries of Krael belief. To them, the warwolves obeyed only force. The beast responded only to dominance, pain, and pheromone coding. Submission without violence? Impossible. But the footage went galactic. A human child, a warwolf kneeling, and a silence filled with awe. After the summit, Ari was kept under strict guard, but he was allowed short visits with the wolf, whom he named Shade. To everyone's surprise, the beast responded only to him. It refused commands from Krael handlers, refused food, refused movement. Unless Ari was present, scientists were baffled. They're telepathic? Emotionally attuned? Some speculated. But the answer seemed simpler. Kindness. No one had ever shown it to the warwolves. No one had ever thought to. Ari visited Shade every day. He read aloud, drew sketches in the sand, brought water and treats. Shade responded with protective grunts, gentle nudges, and the occasional low chuff that resembled laughter. Krael soldiers watched in stunned silence. Has the beast imprinted? One asked. It has chosen, an elder Krael murmured. One night, a rogue faction of Krael militants, outraged by the peace talks, launched a raid on the summit base. Their goal, assassinate the human delegation and reclaim Shade for war. Explosions rocked the perimeter. Alarms blared. Ari was in the command room with his mother when the lights flickered out. Security collapsed. A breach warning lit the panels. and then the wall exploded inward. 3 Krael soldiers stormed through, weapons drawn. They pointed at Ari and Rhea. End the bloodline. Begin the war anew. Before anyone could fire, shade erupted through the ceiling, chain snapping, fur bristling, eyes blazing like twin comets. He landed with an earth-shaking roar and placed himself between Ari and the attackers. The Krael opened fire. Bullets pinged harmlessly off Shade's reinforced hide. He moved like a storm. One swipe of the claw knocked 2 soldiers unconscious. The third tried to flee, but Shade caught him with his jaws and pinned him down without killing. When the chaos ended, the room was in ruins, but Ari and his mother were alive. Shade stood panting, muzzle bloodied, as guards finally rushed in. He turned, nudged Ari gently, then lay down, just like the day they met. The Krael delegation formally apologized for the attack. In a rare display of honor, they released Shade to Earth custody. Your son, the Krael general said to Rhea, has done what generations of ours could not. He broke the chains we didn't know we'd built. Back on Earth, Shade became a living legend. But he wasn't a weapon anymore. He lived on a protected reserve, free to roam, with Ari always nearby. They ran across fields together, slept under stars, grew side by side, and across the stars, war wolves once bred only for battle were slowly reintroduced to peace. All because one little human wasn't afraid to see the soul behind the monster.